Yes, children. Call to order a regular city council meeting. This Monday, June 20. At 23rd, 2025, 5:30 p.m. And thank you, ladies and flags to our flag, please. Those Julius. States of America. And to the republic which stands one nation. Please say the clerk.
Counselor Miller,
Here.
Counselor Bader,
Yep.
Counselor Naples, present. Counselor Proctor.
Here.
Mayor, you have a four.
Item number 4, is to approve the agenda. We're gonna hang on to approve the agenda.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Counselor Baseball. Aye. Counselor Bader.
Yeah.
Counselor Miller.
Aye.
Counselor Proctor. Motion carried.
Number 5 is approval of the consent agenda. Would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Mayor Holman, there's a correction on the minutes, and with the correction of the minutes, I would like to make that motion. So,
Okay, and the correction is,
one of the people, has their name misspelled, and since we have our minutes are so small anyway, I think it's important. Jeff Blue's name is Bleau. It's misspelled, so with the, correction of his name, I would move that we approve the consent agenda. Bleau.
you.
Mr. Blue.
Thank you for catching that.
You make a motion, Joe?
I did.
Second it.
Counselor Bader,
Aye.
Counselor Miller,
Aye.
Counselor Proctor,
Aye.
Counselor Baseball. Aye. Motion carried.
Next item on the agenda is public comments. Do we have anyone from the city that would like to address the governing body? Next item is, councilor's comments. Councilor Lacewell.
I'd just like to note that in the last 30 days, we've had a bear on our property 3 times. Have video of it, it's not that bear, it's a different bear. That bear they got at the racetrack is a lot bigger than the bear that's hanging out at my house.
I will let Game and Fish know.
Pardon me?
I will let Game and Fish know.
Okay, yeah, I let the neighborhood know, but, I have a video of it, and you can see it's a smaller bear than the one out at the track. And, it likes to knock over our trash cans, break trees, it's biting into my hot tub cover, pulling it aside so we can get a drink. I guess I need to sit out of water jar.
Just start feeding them. Yeah, I will let Game and Fish know.
Thank you.
They have water for rattlesnakes at White Sands. They have containers of water for rattlesnakes.
Well.
Any other comments, Calvers?
What's the white sign thing out there?
It just wants us to reboot, but we're not ready to reboot.
No more comments, so that will take us to the public hearing. I left my notes on the public hearing. You help me, I think. Sure. First thing is the public,
Application for the small brewer liquor license.
First, can we read?
Application for small brewer liquor license BLA 3382, applicant name LH Brewing LLC, doing business as Lost Tiger Brewing Company located at 26394 Highway 70 East, unit number 6, Rio Downs, New Mexico. Is the applicant here?
Yes, he's attending by.
Are you the applicant, sir?
Yes. Can you all hear me?
Jan, thank you very much. Because it's a public hearing and anything done here can be appealed to a upper court of law, I need to swear you in.
Okay.
State your name, please.
Stephen Swangstu.
Stephen, can you spell the last name?
SWANGSTU.
Stephen, you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth and the penalty of perjury.
I do.
So this is your application for is it a pub license, full liquor license?
I'm sorry.
Is it a rural, is it a drinking license? What is it? What is the application?
That's a small brewer's license.
All right. And I noticed in the application that you don't currently own the property, but you're in the purchase, in the process of purchasing, say?
Correct. We should close on the 27th.
And so any approval of this is subject to that closing. Is that okay?
Yes.
Does anybody from the public have any questions of Stephen? And I note that you are over 1,000 feet from the, I think there's a church or a school. It had to do with culture. And the Mexico law requires it to be 300 feet away. Did you receive a handed the church and school and
I'm sorry. I didn't get the last part.
Did you receive a waiver from either the church or the school for your liquor license to be located where it is?
I have not. The current location is in operation under Lost Hiker Brewing Company, so it'll just be a
So is it a change of name or just a change of operation?
just a change of ownership. We're going to be doing business as Lost Hiker Brewing Company as well.
So there's no need to get a waiver.
I don't believe so.
I don't have any questions. Council, let me go ahead and close the public hearing. So, Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
if council has any questions on this matter, you may ask those questions.
Yes. Council Terry Proctor.
Yeah. Okay, said it's gonna be for a distillery, right? We're gonna be making the alcohol there.
It's a brewery making beer.
Just beer and beer alone?
Just beer alone. Yes.
Okay, okay, thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Yes, sir.
Steve.
Yes, sir. I can.
This is the same place it's always been, right?
Yeah, correct. Yes.
You're just getting another license in the same Lost Hikers deal.
Exactly. Yeah, just a change of ownership.
Steve, when will you be able to, if this all goes through as planned and stays on schedule, when will you be open for business?
As soon as we're able to be after the 27th, as soon as everything's approved.
Are you gonna advertise? I mean, if I want to come down and meet you in person.
Oh, absolutely. I could come in too. It's fairly close to the public, to the city hall and all that. But
We're excited. We just want to know.
absolutely.
So we need a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve the liquor license
I'll second.
for Lost Hiker Brewing Company located at 26,394 Highway 70 East, Unit Number 6, Ruidoso Downs, New Mexico.
Second.
Dr. Miller,
Aye.
Mr. Deshwa, Baker, Mr. Cocker.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Good luck with that, Steve.
Thank you.
Thank you.
New business. Item A is House Bill 298-57, the legislature, state of New Mexico. And this is the discussion only, I believe.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to alert the council that the legislature at its last meeting went into the sections regarding mayor council form of government and made some amendments that you just need to be aware of. I wanted each of you to read those so that you were aware of those changes to the law, because obviously some of it affects the city of Rio today. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to.
No questions, so. You go to item B.
When,
Yes, ma'am.
when is this going to, possibly come into effect?
It went into effect on the 20th of June.
June. And it's been voted on and everything?
It passed and it's been signed off governor.
Item B is, award for RFP 25-10 for professional legal, services. Harry is, I think, in the hospital at this point, so.
Yes.
Ally, if you can,
Mayor, members of the council, the purpose of the RFP is to establish a contract through competitive negotiations for the procurement for professional legal services in the city of North Dam. Legal ads were placed in 2 newspapers, Mendoza News and Roswell Daily Record. The proposal submission deadline was June 13th, 2025 until 1 p.m. One proposal was received to be evaluated, and that was Mr. H. John Underwood Ltd. We had an evaluation committee from Southeastern New Mexico Economic Development District Council of Governments, which consisted of Dora Bautista, Executive Director, Debbie Lee, Regional Economic Coordinator, Mary Ann Brewer, and she's Program Manager.
okay, that gives us,
So why do we care about what these people think about what lawyer we wanna hire?
They're just a committee to evaluate the RFP they're qualified.
Oh, just to say he's qualified.
They're qualified. We went out of house because we thought it would be best if we went out of. It was either that or have the directors do it.
But what all y'all was forgetting is that last year we discharged this man and he's been here ever since. And then y'all wanna throw him right back in our face.
All we can do is accept the proposals that were received. And they were evaluated. He was the only one.
Well, I'll move that we vote, on this proposal.
I have one, but did anyone else put in for this?
No. he was the only
We
one.
sent the letters out to here in Los. They didn't send them out to Los Cruces or out.
I don't think you know where else.
anything else, Counselor?
Well, for this important job. Protecting the city. The municipal league didn't put it out.
They didn't get a copy.
They didn't.
Next time we'll have to.
Well, I was checking into somebody for audit. We need an auditor that will do something for this town. And I got a list, I send it to you, a big list of auditors. And I talked to Dan Pennington with the municipal league, he does the advertising for the municipal league. And he told me nobody had sent him anything. And
They kept it pretty local. They didn't want it out.
They only had it for 10 days. They only listed for 10 days.
it should be listed.
It should have been listed, should have been listed.
I remember Carol putting it out in May. A month before. I remember
Yes,
that.
Counselor, it's been a problem. It should have been done. It wasn't. We've had some health issues. Our finance director should have had that out a long time ago.
Then
But it didn't get done, so it is what it is.
Publishes for all of them.
We're trying to make it, trying to
So I made a motion that we vote on the award for RFP 20-10 for professional legal services. Well,
Motion.
that's not a motion. You have to make a motion to approve and then you vote on it. All right, I make a motion to approve the award for the RFP 25-10 for professional legal services.
Okay, let's call for a vote.
Did you?
You have to wait for a
Second.
second.
I'll second it.
Okay,
It's up for discussion still, isn't it?
No, we're voting. Counselor Weaver,
No.
Counselor Lacewell? No. Counselor Miller,
No.
Counselor Cocker.
No.
Motion failed.
okay, item C is resolution 2025-07. A resolution giving notice to the Lincoln County clerk of the local government positions to be filled for the city of Riddles Downs at the next regular local election on November the 4th, 2025.
That's enough. Yeah. Mr. Mayor, members of the council, this is a resolution just to notify the county clerk of the positions available. I would like to make an amendment. All positions are for 4 years, not 2.
Yeah.
Sorry, for 2,
All seats for 4 years.
4 years.
That,
This is just a courtesy, but in the past, I've never presented a resolution. It's not required. But
it's just something new since the family.
Right, since they started doing their two.
Yeah, they're two, yeah, all you did was finish up on your WG counselor, they were, all you did, you got elected, you finished a 2-year commitment that person was out of. Now you're, run again, you'd be running for 4 years.
Correct.
So this is not correct.
it's 4 years. All of them are 4. So,
So was that from the county or from us?
That's for us.
we're just giving it to the county so they can put it on the ballot.
No, but is it us wanting the 4 years or them?
That's our ordinance.
That's our ordinance.
We're wanting the salaries.
Every position is a 4-year term unless appointed.
So number 2 should be 2 instead of 1,
Yes.
and we don't need number 3.
No, all of them stay the same other than the 2. Turns into 4.
That one right there, it says 2 years, 1 4-year term, 1 2-year term, that should be a 4-year term.
Yeah.
He was appointed.
Yeah.
He ran to fulfill
So I was changing this one instead.
But it makes sense though. Mayor,
Yes,
I move that we approve the resolution giving notice to the Lincoln County Clerk of local government positions to be filled for the city of Rio Downs at the next regular local election on November 4 of 2025. As amended by the clerk.
yeah,
Second.
yeah.
And, is there? Yeah. Counselor Proctor,
Aye.
Counselor Miller, Counselor Baker,
Aye.
Counselor Lakeland. Aye. Motion carried.
Next item under new business is change order number 1 for the CDBG 22-C-RS-1-B-09, the Valley View Improvement Project in the amount of $31,428, 40 cents, including NMGRT. Joey.
Mr. Mayor, members of council, this is kind of a standard formality. We get into the project. We have issues and things that nobody accounted for when we started. If you look at the change order, it shows the money and the amounts. That amount could change, but it could only go less. Because we did put some contingency money in there. If they remove the tree and don't break the water line, then it's gonna cost less. If they break the water line, they gotta fix it. All these funds will be covered by the CDBG grant money.
Anybody brave enough to make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
Tell us what it's for, Joe.
They're gonna remove 3 trees that originally in the design called to cut the roots and put a curb. I don't want them cutting the roots and putting a curb on the trees gone because they're living the curb. Adding a valve. And then right before we started the job, a guy concrete these driveways, so now instead of being base course, we gotta cut the concrete, put concrete back. It's common, it happens every time we start. So it's just fixing some of the little stuff.
Any other questions on this item?
I make a motion to accept the change order number 1 for CDBG 22 CRS 101G09 Valley View Improvement Project in the amount of $31,428.45, including the NMGRT.
I'll second that.
Counselor Parker,
Aye.
Counselor Lakeland,
Aye.
Counselor Baker,
Aye.
Counselor Miller,
Aye.
motion carried.
The next item is B, resolution 2025-08, approving the participants in the local government road fund program administered by the New Mexico Department of Transportation Municipal Arterial Program Grant Agreement L 200693 in the amount of $255,750, with the city providing $85,250 in kind match. Joey.
Mayor, members of council, this is our DOT grant agreement we apply for each year. We were blessed this year and got both the co-op and the MAP. We will do the in-kind with our labor like we're doing these other roads. So it's, free money from the state to do what they ask us to do, and stand for any questions.
So there,
Yes, Council.
so the 8550 is that kind of match, so that's your labor from your.
That's my labor.
And pay for the asphalt.
Yes, no, I didn't pay for the asphalt, that is equipment and labor, they pay for the asphalt and whatever we do.
So will our equipment and labor
Oh,
kind of be jumped out of that?
and we usually probably double that.
Still about their money?
No, no left after that. We'll definitely, the mounting blades and the rollers and all that, they figure all that into it. Counts as our
And
match.
they pay us by the hour for all that
No,
stuff.
sir.
Okay.
Here.
Yes, Council.
So, Mr. Jarvis, if something happens to a piece of equipment and it's damaged and you have to repair it, is that?
So is this certain roads or just?
Yeah, and so I'm sorry, I didn't bring all my
Okay,
papers
tell us.
because I was on the road, but one of these, and I can't remember unless you read it in there, is for North Central.
It's on here. You want me to read it?
Is this one North Central?
It's just North Central Drive from US 70 to River.
I can't remember which one was which. North Central is a map agreement. So all map grants have to touch Highway 70. The roads do, and they have to be a bypass if there was an accident or something. So that's why this road qualified. We've done almost every road that meets this qualification, so now I'm starting back over ones that were done 15, 20 years ago, and we're starting to redo them. So this one is for North Central. The highway down the line.
What actually are you gonna do then?
We're just gonna tear up the existing asphalt, redo the base course, fix the manholes that are sticking out of the road, and then redo it.
Does that interfere with any plumbing?
No. Just gonna redo it.
Councilors, I would entertain a motion to approve the program grant agreement L 200693.
I'll make the motion to accept resolution 2025-08, approving a participation local government road fund program administered by the New Mexico Department of Transportation Municipal Arterial Program Grant Agreement L 200-693 in amount of $255,750, with the city providing and Joey $85,250 in kind match.
I'll second.
Counselor Parker,
Aye.
Counselor Lakeland,
Aye.
Counselor Baker,
Aye.
Counselor Miller,
Alright.
motion carried.
Next item is item L, resolution 2025-09, approving the participation in local government road fund program administered by New Mexico Department of Transportation Grant Agreement L 200672 an amount of $139,433, with the city providing $46,470 800 in kind match.
Council. This is the co-op agreement. It is meant to be from Short Drive, Harris Lane, Lion Zia, around the corner up to the Turkey Canyon Gate. As usual, we applied for these. I asked for like 500,000. The state came back and said, here's 139, do something. So I can't tell you how far we'll get, but we'll start behind Zia and work as far as we can until we run out of money.
Are these streets up here, are they paid for, Joey? Okay.
These are all grants, yes, sir. The one thing I didn't want to mention that I did mention earlier, just for me too, is, when you see these names of roads on these, that doesn't always mean where it's gonna go. So like North Central, you can see in the last agreement, I'm gonna do North Central, but if I can do it for cheaper and do a good job and have money left over, I have to bring another agreement to you that will name another street. I will move the remaining funds to somewhere else.
So that's why y'all done that little street before you done the big one?
Yes.
Okay.
I try to save money and move it, play the game, get other things done besides just that. Now, this one we're looking at now, well, 130, not gonna go very far.
Anybody else?
No,
So I would entertain a motion to approve resolution 2025-09, which is the grant agreement L 200672. That should be enough.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2025-09, approving participation in local government road fund program administered by New Mexico Department of Transportation Grant Agreement L 200-672 in the amount of $139,433, with the city providing $46,478 in kind match.
Second,
Counselor Miller. Counselor Lukebaum. Aye. Counselor Proctor.
aye.
Counselor Baber.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Item G is a resolution 2025-10, a resolution adopting FY 2027-2031 infrastructure capital improvements plan, ICIP. Joey.
Mayor, members of council, we had a public hearing, about a month ago. I wasn't here for it, and who was here. We took into consideration anything that was brought up, added it to our current plan, or modified our current plan. This is just approving the plan. It's in the book that we need to approve to give to the state. So we can apply for other funds. If it's not on here, then we can't apply for it in most instances.
Does this fall into that category of grants that we don't qualify?
This is not a grant. This is just a plan that's required to apply.
Okay,
And we still have everything on. We didn't change anything. We put what's on there. We still need to get done. We haven't got to it yet, so.
Please,
Yeah.
this has to be sent in and approved 4 years, 5 years.
Every year. So next year will be 28 to 32. Every year we have to do a public hearing, update this, and then submit it back to the state for approval before I think July.
So how come they go out so far with it then?
But it's a 5-year plan. Because
Turn it in every year.
yes, because if you apply today, we won't get the money till October of next year, so then it's even. That's why they spread it out so far. And it doesn't matter which order, they don't truly look at that, you just tell them your need and. It's not
If you don't have it, we don't.
pretty much.
Counselor Miller.
yeah. There's things on there that we've hoped and wished for years, and that's why we keep bringing them forward. But
And there's some places, I've seen some towns that have like 50 projects on there, they're like, they do 1 every 5 years. I don't see a reason you putting that much. We got, about 15, I think, 10. Try to whittle those down before we have a whole bunch more, because it does cost money to do this. We have to have engineer plans, or at least opinions of costs that are certified.
Yes, Counselor.
Is the way with our audit and everything, is that gonna mess with us any?
We ain't gonna get nothing except for these DOT funds. I have talked to the state auditor, I've talked to FAA. Until our audits are turned in, we're out.
and we've got 3 years, 1 late and 2 not even started.
Well, no,
We're getting fired after this.
I believe we have 23 that they're, the one they've been working on for a year.
22.
It's 22/away.
And then the other one's 23-24, which we should have already got started and.
Finished, and now when we should be starting.
4-2.
I thought.
Like 22 and.
Well, we gotta find a new audit company. Yeah.
It will be an RFP. That's how the RFPs work, and instead of us, like me reviewing it, and if I'm friends with him or not, that's why they send it to somebody else that wasn't any of us. And anything over 60,000, you have to have a RFP.
But does the New Mexico, state of New Mexico, I think has a list of so many
They do.
for us to pick from, is that correct?
Did you? I actually talked to one for a private deal I take care of, and they're interested, you know, we send it out, they'd like to possibly look at it too.
How many,
There's a bunch, but a lot of them are on that list don't necessarily mean they're gonna take you either. You know, everybody's on the list. I'm on the list for some stuff and I'm busy. I can't take anything else, you know. They're on there because they get time or they're free, they can take somebody. That's the thing.
Or they just want their name.
Exactly.
Okay, I'll make the resolution. A motion to accept resolution 2025-10, a resolution adopting FY 2027-2031 infrastructure capital improvement plan.
I'll second that.
Counselor Scott? Aye. Counselor Hopper?
Aye.
Counselor Faber?
Aye.
Counselor Miller?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you, Council. Thank you.
okay, yeah, thank you. Okay, good. That completes the day business and I will adjourn.